Daf Nun Gimel Amud Beis, 3 lines from the top. We learned previously about a Talmud departing from his Rebbe that he has to walk backwards, he has to back away from his Rebbe, not turn his back. So we have a similar halacha l'gabe Shemona Esrei. Amar Rabbi Alexandre Amar Yishu ben Levi Hamispal El Tzarach She'afsiya Shalosh Psiyas L'Chayr Va'akar Chach Yiten Shalom. When a person finishes Shemona Esrei, he has to take 3 steps backwards, and then he says Oiseh Shalom B'Ramav, to the right. We'll see in the Gemara what right means, but to his right. Then Hu Yaseh Shalom Aleinu, and then to the left, and then to the middle, Val Kol Yisrael V'Imru Amen. So that's how he has to do it. There's different reasons why 3 steps are required, and different reasons are given. The Beis Yosef gives several reasons. One reason he gives is that by Har Sinai, then Klal Yisrael, with the Moira of the Shechina, they went back 3 parsois. So here also, when we depart from the Shechina, from the Moira Shechina, we take 3 steps backwards to show our Moira, the fear, and Kol Shem Shemayim. When the person takes 3 steps backwards, also he has to remain there, he has to pause there for a period of time. He should not go back to his place where he was davening originally immediately. He should pause there for a period of time. There's different shitas in the poskim how long that is. One shita is until the shlit tzibur reaches kedusha. Why does he have to pause there? It's a mashal talmud and niftim. It's like a talmud that departs from his rebbe. So he goes back and he takes leave from his rebbe. If he returns to his original place immediately, it's like a dog that vomited, and it goes back, and then immediately goes back to the place of the vomit. Meaning, if he departs from it, if he leaves it, that shows that it's repulsive. It shows that he stepped back. If he doesn't go back immediately, then it shows that the reason he left was an intentional reason. It's because he did not want to be there. If he goes back immediately, then it shows that there was no intent, there was no specific intent to leave it to begin with. Now, if a person departs and he takes leave, he takes back 3 steps, if he goes back immediately to his original place, it gives the appearance of being something haphazard, something that wasn't done intentionally with a purpose. He happened to walk backwards for every reason, he goes forwards. Therefore, he has to pause at the place that he walk back 3 steps, remain there for a period of time, and then only afterwards go to his original place to show that his departure was with intent. It was for the give kavod, to give honor to the Shechina, or in the case of the Rebbe, to give honor to his Rebbe, was done with the intent, and it wasn't just an inadvertent, haphazard event. He has to take 3 steps back, and then Oiseh Shalom. And if he didn't, it would be better that he didn't daven. It's better that he didn't daven because he's showing that there's a lack of kavod for the Shechina, lack of meir for the Shechina, lack of awareness for the Shechina. The mispalel has to be as far as the Shechina is in front of him. So this is negating the idea of the whole tefillah. Therefore, it's roiloi shaloi ispalim. That the way he does it is Oiseh Shalom Liyamin, and then afterwards to the small. Then it's Oiseh Shalom B'Mayim Hu Yaseh Shalom Aleinu to the small. Shenemar Mimino Eish Das Lambai. It says that from his right he gave us the Torah, the fire Torah. He gave it from his right. So it's Miyamino, from his right hand he gave us the fiery Torah. He gave it to them, to Klal Yisrael. So you see the mile of the Min, of the right. So the first, it's to the right. V'aymer says Yipol Mitzit Chayalev. It says that 1,000 will fall to your left, to your side, to your left. Uravava Miminecha. And to your right will be 10,000. So your enemies will fall to your sides. Now it says, do you see the chashivas of the right? There's Uravava Miminecha. My Vaymer, why do we need a second pasuk, second raya? The more answer is because the Torah was given to us as a present. So the fact that it was given from the right hand, so to speak, maybe that doesn't show the chashivas of the right. It's just that that's the normal way a person gives something to his friend. He gives it with his right hand. But maybe it's not a raya of the chashivas of the right. Tashma, we have the second pasuk that says Yipol Mitzitcho Elev or Vava Miminecha. That shows the chashivas of the right. So therefore, you bow to the right first. You have shalom first to the right. Rava Chazal Abai the Yav Shalom Aliyamina Bereishim. So Rava saw that Abai, that's what he did. He gave shalom, Isa shalom, to his right side. Omer lei misamali min didach. No, it's not your right. It's the small didach. You do it to your left side. Dehave yaminu shel Kadosh Baruch Hu. It's the small didach come. You know what I meant to say is with the right, not your right. Your left, Dehave yaminu shel Kadosh Baruch Hu, which is the right of the Kadosh Baruch Hu. So first it's to your left and then to your right. Amar Rav, Chiyav Reder of Huna, Chazina Lu Labai V'Rava, the Pasuk Sholosh Psias B'Kriya Achas. They did the 3 steps that they stepped backwards with one bowing, meaning they bowed, they had themselves bowing, and in one continual bowing with their bowed over, they took 3 steps. They took 1 step first with the Mishnah says the way it's done is first a step with the left foot, a larger step with the right foot, and then the matching the 2 feet together and bringing the 2 feet together, and that's the 3rd step. Coming back to the Kohen Gadol and the Yom Kippur, so he is in the Kodesh Kadosh. He does the burning of the Kodesh Kadoshim, and then when he goes to the Beis Hachitzon, to the Heichal, after he finishes burning the Keteres, he says a short tefillah. My matzli, what's the tefillah that he says? Rav Adav Tarvei Mishmei the Rav Amri. They said that tefillah is Yiratzon Lefanech Hashem Elokeinu Shetei Shana Zagshuma Shchuna. That this year should be a rainy year and a hot year. In fact, the Gemara Shchuna Mal Yasu, is that an advantage? Is that a mila that it should be hot? If it's hot, it's uncomfortable, and therefore it dries up the crops. It's not good for the crops. So why is that a mila? Ella ema, rather the tefillah is Ella emi im Shchuna Tegeshuma. If it is a hot year, it should be rainy, so that there be an abundance of crops. Ravacha brings Rav Masai b'Mishneh Rav Yehudi ended off the tefillah as follows: Lo yare avid shilton midabeis Yehuda, that the rulership, the shilton, the kingdom, the Nesias, should not pass from the Beis of Yehuda, from Beis Yehuda, from Shevet of Yehuda. And the Parnasa should be, Klal Yisrael, they should be self-sufficient. They should not have to come onto each other. And a traveler, now he davens, he doesn't want rain. Rain is very difficult for him. That tefillah should not be accepted because that'll be harmful for the rest of the tzibur. Rav Chanina ben Dois, he was traveling. Shadi Mitrala started to rain. Omar Ribayna Shalom Yidamni, so Ribayna Shalom Kolam Kul Benachas V'Chanina Basar. The whole world is in comfort. It's kind of comfortable. And Chanina should be in Tsar. He's traveling on the road and it's raining. Pasuk Mitra, the rain stopped. Ki also Lebesa, when he came home, Omar, he said Ribayna Shalom Kolam Kul B'Tzar. The whole world is in Tsar because there's no rain. V'Chanina Benachas, Chanina should be comfortable. Also Mitra, then the rain came back. Amar Rav Yosef, he said, Ma'ahane Leitzlus of the Kohen Gadol, Rav Chanina ben Dois. The tefillah of the Kohen Gadol, that he said that the tefillah of the Ivri Drachim should not come before Yirvay Shalom. What power did the tefillah of the Kohen Gadol have in the face of Rabbi Chanina ben Dois? So the tefillahs of Rabbi Chanina ben Dois were answered even in such a case when he was traveling that there should be rain. The tefillahs of the Kohen Gadol, that the tefillah of Drachim should not come before you, would be powerless in the face of the tefillah of Chanina ben Dois. Tan Rabbonan Ma'isa b'Kohen Gadol Echad She'erach b'Tefillah. Also, there was an incident when the Kohen Gadol, that tefillah that he made, he said it in a lengthy tefillah. He did not say tefillah ksara. V'nimnu Echav v'Kohanim l'Konas Racham and other Kohanim. So they decided to go into the Heichal to check to see what happened. They began to come in, and he exited. He left. They said to him, why did you daven so long? He said to them, I said, so difficult for you that I davened for you on your behalf, and on the Beis Mikdash that shouldn't be destroyed. They said to him, but don't do this, don't be accustomed to do this. So they did not have a lengthy tefillah, so it was not to scare Klal Klal Yisrael. As the Mir explained, the Meforshim explained that there was the Kohen Gadol, if they would deviate from the Avodah in the Kodesh Kodashim, he would die immediately or shortly thereafter. And in the latter Kufas, there were many Kohen Gadolim who were not Roy. So they were sakin not to daven at Tefillah Arucham because people would think that there was some deviation and the Kohen Gadol died. And then they would have to go in to bring out the mess. So they were besakin to have short tefillah as not to frighten the people to think that perhaps the Kohen Gadol died. Zok the Mishnah, Nital Aron, when the Aron was taken away, we'll see in the Gemara what happened, what were the circumstances, but after a certain Kufa, there was no longer an Aron in the Beis HaMikdash in the Kodesh Kodashim. So what was in place of the Aron? Even Haisasham, Imaisan Avim Rishonim. There was a stone there from the time of the earlier Nevi'im. The First Yisrael says that they knew that there was a stone, and they knew that there was the significance of this stone, that the stone was there, and that was the foundation. That was the foundation of the world, and it was there, as Rashi says, "Mi Nevi'im Rishonim." That means that was Shmuel and Dovid. So there was this stone that was there from the time of Shmuel and Dovid, and it was called Shtia, foundation. This was called the foundation stone. We'll see the Gemara will explain it in more detail. Gavoya min ha'aretz sholosh atzbois. It was 3 atzbois, finger breadths higher than the ground. And also, and the Kohen Gadol, when there was no longer an Aron, he put the coals on the Evan Shasiyah to put the coals there to burn the Keteiros. Now, after the burning of the Keteiros, the Kohen Gadol does the avodah of the dam. So, as we discussed earlier, that the Kohen Gadol, before he did the Keteiros, he shechted the par. He did the Kabbalah Saddam of the par, and while he was going in to do the Keteiros, there was another Kohen that was stirring the blood. So now, Natal Saddam Mishayim Mars, but the Kohen Gadol went back and he took the blood from the Kohen that was stirring the blood. He was stirring the blood, and now the Kohen comes and takes the blood from him. And nichnas l'makom shenichnas, and he comes into the place that he was before when he came in for the Keteiros. That means the Kodesh Kadoshim. V'amid l'makom she'amad, and he stood in the place that he did before, that is between the area of the bein bottom of the Aron. V'hizam mimena achas l'mala v'shev l'mata, and he sprinkled some of the blood on the kaparas, one time above and one time below. Now, when we say above and below, the Gemara qualifies this. It doesn't mean above and below. It doesn't mean above on the higher part of the kaparas and on the lower part of the kaparas. It doesn't mean that. He didn't intend to sprinkle it on the upper edge of the kaparas or on the lower part of the kaparas. It didn't reach the kaparas, ela kematzlev. What I meant is like a matzlev. We'll see in the Gemara what that means, a matzlev. But he did it like a matzlev means he did one eye was on upper and a higher level, and the other ones were successively below that. And it was 7, one under the other, one beneath the other. So it's not that it was on the upper part of the kaparas or lower part of the kaparas, but it was a higher, one on the highest level, and then it was successively lower on levels below it. And when he did the sprinklings, he would count, and he would count as he sprinkled. First he would start achas. He would say 1. Then achas v'achas, 1 and 1. Achas v'shtayim, 1 and 2. Achas v'shalosh, 1 and 3. Achas v'arba, 1 and 4. Achas v'chamish, 1 and 5. Achas v'sheish, 1 and 6. Achas v'shev, 1 and 7. So that's how he had the 1 on the highest one, and the successive sprinklings of the 7 on lower, successively lower levels. We'll see in the Gemara why he counted in that manner. Then he took the blood that was in the klisharis, he took the blood that was in the container, and he went and he placed it down on he put it down on the stand. There was a golden stand that was in the heichal, and he took it and put it on that golden stand. Then they brought him the goat. The goat and the soyer Lashem. Meir explains it doesn't mean they brought the goat to him into the heichal, meaning he went outside in the heichal to the Zorim. They brought the soyer to him, they brought the soyer to him that was, the Taisus Yosef explains, that was on the eastern part of the Azora. They brought it to him where he was standing between the Ulam and the Mizbeach. Then what he did is continue with the Avodah of the dam of the sor. Shchachta, he shechted v'kibul b'mizrachas dama. He shechted it and he collected the blood in the bowl. Nichlas l'mokum nashen nichlas. So he goes and repeats the same type of the blood procedure that he did with the par. He does with the sor. He goes to the place that he stood before of Amud Yomi Masechet, and he stands in the place. So he goes to the Kodesh Kedoshim and he stands in the place of the Aron, before the Aron, between the bottom. One a higher level, 7 lower levels, and he counted in the same manner. In the same manner as he did with the par. Then he took this bowl of blood of the soyer and he put it on the second stand. There was a second stand of gold, and he put that in the heichel. Rabbi Yehuda Omer says, he said there was only one stand, not al dama par, v'niach dama soyer. So he took, what he did was, he took the bowl with the dam of the par, he removed it from that one stand, and he put the bowl of the soyer on that stand. Now, he continues with the avodah of the dam of the par, on the heichel. So he does the sprinkling of the dam of par in the Kodesh Kedoshim. Then he brings the dam of the sor and does the sprinkling in the Kodesh Kedoshim. Now he switches and he takes the dam of the par again, and he does sprinkling of the dam of par in the heichel. And as we'll see, and then after that he does the sprinkling of the dam of the sor in the heichel. So what does he do? So he does a sprinkling of the dam of the par towards the curtain, the paraychas, which is opposite the aron, from the outside. From the outside, that he does it from the heichal. He's in the heichal, not in the Kodesh Kedoshim. He's in the heichal, but he sprinkles it towards the paraychas, which is opposite, which the aron is in the Kodesh Kedoshim, and it is opposite it. And he does the same type of sprinkle. And the same way, it's just higher or lower. And he counted in the same way. And so now he takes the blood of the soyer, puts down the dam of the par, and he does similarly the sprinklings of the dam of the soyer also in the heichal. And in the same way, one higher, 7 successively below that. And he does it in the same way, and he counts in the same way. And then, then he pours the dam of the par into the bowl which has the dam of the soyer. And then he takes that and pours all of that blood into the empty bowl, and pours it all back into the empty bowl, so that ensures that it's mixed properly, as Rashi says. And now he has a mixture of the dam of the par and dam of the soyer, and we'll see shortly what he does with that dam, with that blood. So it says, when the aron was taken, so it says, Mishan Nignas Loikatani. It doesn't say when it was hidden. Ela Mishan Nital, rather when it was taken away. So, Tanan Kaman Domer Aron Golo Bavel. Now, as we learned previously, and we'll see shortly, there was a mandoma that says the aron was hidden away. But apparently our Tana holds, not that it was consciously, he was hidden away, but it was taken away when they had the Golus of Bavel, when they were Nigla, it was taken away with them, it was removed from the base of Mikdash to take the Bavel. This time we learned that the Brisa taught Rabbi Lazar Aimer Aron Gola LeBavel. The Aron went into Golus with Bavel. Shenemra L'Shuvas Hashana Shalach Melech Nebuchadnezzar Vayvieu Bavila Im Klei Chamdas Beis Hashem. It says that at the turn of the year, Nebuchadnezzar took in the Melech Yoyachin and brought the Bavel together with the precious Kalim of the Beis HaMikdash, meaning the Aron. Rabbi Shimon ben Yochai Yomer Aron Gol LeBavel. He also says it was Gol LeBavel, not Nignas. It was Gol. He has another pasuk Shenemar. It says Lo Yivaser Davar Al Hashem. It says in the pasuk that the time is coming, the day is coming, that everything that your forefathers accumulated will be taken and carried off to Bavel. Nothing will be left. Nothing will be left. Meaning the Aron even with the Aseres Adiras inside, were taken to Bavel. Rabbi Yehuda says, he says, no, it was not taken to Golus and Bavel, it was hidden in its place. Shenemar, the head tips of the poles were extended, so the tips were noticeable in the Heichel, but it did not pierce the paraychos, it did not go outside of it. And it says they were there until this day, meaning therefore that it means literally till this day that the Aron is still there, it was not taken away. So, however, it seems to be that our Tana holds like the Mandama that says that Mishan Nittel, that it was removed, that it was taken in Golas. Upliga de Ula, and this Brisa is not like what Ula said. He says, as far as what Rabbi Shimon holds, he says the Omer Ula shall Ravasi ben Harsh as Rabbi Shimon Yachai Beremili ask him V'chum Yachar Shir Rabbi Elazar Elam and they know Pan Rishon Ushni Aron Golul Bovel. Rabbi Elazar taught us that the Aron was Golul Bovel, was exiled. Rishon Ahad Aron, the first pasuk is, the first proof is Hayivel Bovel Im Kleichem des Beis Hashem. Shnia Maihi Dechsivi Yitzam Ibal Sion. It says gone from Sion. It was taken away, Kol Hador, all of her Hador, all of her splendor. My Kol Hadora, it means Chadra, it means that which in the chamber, in the Cheder, meaning the Arna Kodesh, which is in the Kodesh Kadoshim. So that's what he holds, and he has these two rayas. Ata Omer. What is your shita? What do you hold, Rav Shimon Yochai? Omer Loi. He answered to him, and he said, I argue. He says, Shani Yomer Arm Bekaima Nignas. So this is the version which is not like this Brisa, because according to this version, Rav Shimon Yochai says it was hid in its place. And it says they were there until this day, Ad Hayom Hazeh.